If you are live subscribe, um, I want to ask y'all, please tap the like button, tap the subscribe button, and leave a comment because we talk back. And that, like I said, that get the engagement, and so I can engage with you, you can engage with me, and everybody will be happy. But I wanna shout out to the Vanderbilt Commodores. Um, Knocked Alabama off the map. Been a long time coming. They said it was something like 40 years or something. And so, man, Tennessee, Nashville, we work so hard. Like, we want to be on the stage so bad. And I think we work so hard in so many areas. It don't matter if it's sports. It don't matter if it's rap. It don't matter if it's entrepreneurship. And I just know we want to be on the map, man. So I want to shout out to Vanderbilt, man, for doing what they do, man, and knocking out Alabama. Alabama, next time you come down here with that mess, you gonna know better. But today I got a special guest, man. One of my most prideful moments when it comes to podcasts, I actually get to work with the people who I like, people that I always want to work with, and we wasn't in the same lane, but I get to work with them now. So that's, pivotal moment for me. But today I got my boy Quan in here, Playboy. Coach Q, you know what I mean? He did a lot of things, you know what I'm saying? How you doing, man?
Hey, man, I'm feeling good, bro. First of all, man, I'm blessed. I appreciate you to bring me out here, man. I've been watching you build your thing, and I love it, bro. So, I'm honored to be here.
How you think the city did with the Vanderbilt Alabama game? How you feeling, you know what I'm saying? Was you like Alabama or Vanderbilt, you know what I mean?
You know what? Now I'm actually a UT fan, and this was crazy. I was hype about Vandy, and we got beat by Arkansas like an hour later. So like I was up, then I was back down. But it was big, bro. Like I feel like first of all, Nashville was on the center stage. Yeah. All the ESPNs and everybody talking about the city. They walking from West End to the river with a goal.
With the goal.
Like, it was dope. Now it did make me wonder, like, damn, TSU.
You would have did that. That's what I
TSU would have, and we would have beat. You know what I'm saying? And so it was one of them moments where like it was dope, but it also like showed like the difference.
They can do whatever, and you know what I'm saying?
Like that. So what it did for me, in the moment was it exposed like, okay, Nashville is now, as we've seen it, bro. We don't have Sackett no more. Okay. We don't have downtown no more.
Nothing.
We barely got. We got Jefferson Street. We got North Nashville in pockets. You know what I'm saying? But man, it's their city. It's been their city, but it was big for the city. But I just want to see like us, black people, not because Nashville got it ain't just in music, bro. Like Nashville got entrepreneurs. Just people in all these different lanes doing some crazy things. It's time for us to have that same like shine and ability to be on the front and center, bro. We not playing in the background no more. So it's like it's our time to be seen. You know what I'm saying?
Do you think we kind of failed in a little way, or do you think we're still on the move to doing that? Like just when it comes to Nashville and the rebuilding of it.
We not positioned. So what we did wrong was when I seen it, I remember we used to be downtown on 2nd Avenue and then Barfly and all of that, right? So they slowly shutting the streets down. So they moving all the clubs away. And we watching this young folks and we like, hey man, we can't do what we used to do. We can't go to Centennial Park no more. We can't go here. I thought what they was doing at the time was slowly creating a new infrastructure that kind of removed us visibly, right? Yeah. So like when the draft was here, and we had 100,000 people, or how many people was on Broadway? Yeah. You ain't see a bunch of us. Yeah, no. They moved us out the way. Right. So when the cameras is rolling and people get to really see Nashville, you don't get to see a lot of us. And mind you, I love Jelly Roll. That's my dude. Me and Jelly got tracked. Like we go way back. Shout out to Jelly. You gonna come to the show.
I still trust Jelly's coming to the show.
I ain't coming down.
Yeah, I know. No, he's not.
Just to see Jelly go the where he's at on a national level is dope. Especially knowing where he come from. If you're from the city and you know Jelly, that's dope. But it did take a shift. It took a culture shift. It was authentic because that's Jelly, right? Yeah. But it still took a culture shift for Nashville to embrace, right? Like Nashville had no problem getting behind Jelly because at this moment in his life and in his creative spirit, it fits the mold of what Nashville wants to be represented. I just wish that, you know, people that don't necessarily fit that mold still got the same ability to get that same recognition, and Nashville wouldn't shy away from putting us on front and center.
Do you think it came from Jelly's work ethic?
Oh, hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Jelly been relentless. I mean, you know, and I ain't talked to Jelly in over a decade. I just watched. I've seen it, you know, from mixtapes, and then also being willing to make that type of music. That's in you. That ain't on you, bro. Yeah. Like that like Jelly always knew how to be vulnerable and emotional, and that's part of country music, and that's part of like the rawness that you know that it takes. And then you gotta be willing to like get outside your comfort zone and, you know, kind of be a little trailblazer with it too. It's easy, like everybody, like all that rap country is out, like everybody want to follow that, but it's harder on the back end because you trying to copy something that you seen versus just being you. So I feel like from consistency, from being really him, and just being, you know, being raw, it's just a perfect timing is everything, bro. You can't force timing. You can't force your moment. You just gotta be consistent, and God, the universe, whatever you believe in, will align you with them opportunities when it's time. And that's just how I feel like didn't happen.
And so even when, like, and I guess you brought that up, we're talking about like our community. Do you think it played a lot of part with us being, because we was talking about a team, you know what I'm saying? And so how do you think it's more of us coming together a little more and being on the same page to get to that next level? You know what I'm saying?
I don't think we know how to do it. I think we need to know. I think synergy is everything. Like, and I talk about, like, I was a competitive dude, man. If you knew me from Playboy days, I was.
And we're gonna talk about that too.
So I was competitive, bro. Okay. But I'm competitive individually. Like, it's me. Like, if you know me, you follow me. Every day I'm competing with myself. But when it comes to other people, I'm in a season of collaboration. Right? I'm not really competing with nobody no more. So when I find out somebody feel away about me, was competing with me, I'm like, bro, if you only knew, not only am I not competing with you on no level, I really want to help you get on or help you, you know, whatever you got going on. Because I've just learned through life that, man, whatever you put out, and if it's real, bro, it's gonna come back. So like, I really don't need to compete because it's so much money and opportunity in so many lanes. Like, we all can get on, and it's still room after that. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's I'm not even gonna say crab in the barrel because I don't want to use negative. I don't want to, but I think there is a insecurity that if I help you too much, is that gonna limit what's available for me? Not knowing that not only is it not gonna limit you, it's gonna enhance both of our brands, both our earning potentials and all of that. So I think people in Nashville shy away because of insecurities. But here's the thing about it though. I think the city has contributed to it. When I'm just talking about how, you know, white Nashville, they do seem to only like a very select few black folks to win. So people get the gatekeeping, man. When somebody finally feel like they done broke through, they're like, shit, I'm not for to share this moment because it might get snatched away from it. So it gets programmed in your subconscious. It gets programmed in your thinking. And so now you like, yo, if I kind of want to help, but if I do, they gonna snatch mine away. So
and it ain't really like that. You know what I'm saying?
That's a part of the mental, and that's a part of I think it's just a part of what has happened over these years of so many people feeling like we can't break through, not knowing we are our own worst enemy. Because if we all link together, bro, man, millions, but to me, we done got past millions being the goal, right? The goal is impact now. The goal is, and generational wealth ain't even all financial, bro. Generational wealth is, how do I teach my kids and the younger people, number one, to stay out the streets? Because it's two things I teach my kids, that we can bounce back from anything. Maybe once you have a baby, that's with you for life. So that's something you're gonna have to deal with. That ain't no quick fix. And if you get locked up, then whether it's you in and out of jail, that's something that's gonna follow you. And then that's just something that's these are long-term things you got to deal with. Other than that, you know, we can learn and we can bounce back from anything. So I think like teaching teaching our kids how to go get knowledge, teaching our kids how to have their confidence to be who you are and stand on that. You know what I'm saying? And not try to be on Instagram Live with the pistol, knowing that ain't your thing, bro. You know what I'm saying? But you think that's the only way. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, so I got a brand. I brought a hoodie with me. It's called Hood Geek, right? And you know what I'm saying? I'm from I just had to come on and do my shout out.
No, you got to, shout out to Hood Geek.
Shout out to Hood Geek. thehoodgeek.com. Go purchase. I'm actually getting ready to drop a new line with these two projects we about to talk about, but I got a new line coming out. But anyway, the Hood Geek is all about embracing who you are, where you come from, and what makes you great, right? So I'm Nash Maplewood, born in JC with the JC Navy, went to Highland Heights, went to Maplewood, and I mean honors classes, bro. And I'm I don't want nobody to know I'm smart, cause
how do you what was your first company that you created?
So my first company, my first company would have been M3 Entertainment. So then this is how this went down, bro. So if you knew me back when in high school, I was rapping. Shout out to my homeboy Montreal, that was my dude. But me and Montreal, we was rapping back in Maplewood. I used to rap like Bones. I had just a little fast, little style or whatever. But I was a writer. But and I've been rapping since I was like 14, 15. I've always been a writer. So I'm like 19, 20. I go to Sam Ash Music in Rivergate, and this is a dude in there, and I'm just in there playing with the mics and shit, and he's showing me, because I knew computers too. Like my dad was in IT, he showed me so I could build computers at 19. You know.
So it came like. That's the thing that, and I want you to keep going, but that's the thing that don't happen much, and I talk about a lot. Like, sometimes we don't take on what we was kind of raised into, you know what I'm saying?
I saw my dad, he had an old ass desktop. I got the screwdriver, I started screwing stuff, playing with motherboards and all that a long time, learned that stuff early. So when the dude is showing me how to build a home studio for like five racks. I'm like, man, I came across a couple of dollars, and I said, man, I took every dollar I had and bought a mic and the sound card for the thing and the board and all that stuff. Went home and locked myself in my room for about 6 months, and nobody knew I was rapping. But I literally practiced, learned how to record myself, downloaded about 10 instrumentals, and then recorded on them. I had a roommate, my homeboy Eddie, he didn't even know about it. And then I was like, I caught him in there one day, and I said, "Hey, you checking me out?" He was like, "Nigga, what?" You know what I'm saying? But I knew I was good, but I had never been out there. So it's a little bit of this imposter syndrome, which is what people deal with all the time. And like every level, it's like you think you good, but then your mind get to second guessing it. You know what I'm saying?
But how do you deal with that when you know that you're good, but it's kind of like, why me? You know what I mean? It can't be. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'm gonna be honest. Everybody has a different level of risk tolerance.
Okay.
And maybe this came from my dad, because he a little wild dude. But my risk tolerance has always been high. So I've always just been like, I don't know if it's we finna find out. You know what I'm saying? So so I just always been willing to fail. I've always been willing to fail, bro, because I've never really cared about stuff not working, because I've always felt like if this don't work, I'm gonna just do something else. You know what I'm saying? So I did that. Bro, and I told you in the earlier, I literally had a burner, and I burned 500 CDs. It took 4 minutes of CD, because some of them was like
one disc burner,
one disc at a time. And then I had bought these little sleeves you put on them. I put my little sleeve on them, and that was a little label, and then I put them in the sleeve, and then I had a box. I had 500 CDs. And I was Playboy was my name back then. I just went by that. So I was like, Playboy, put this mixtape out, and I went up to TSU in different spots. Couple of clubs back when Prism was popping. Talking outside of Prism, just put this in. You rap, man, just put it in. You know what I'm saying? And then next thing you know, start buzzing, and I'm like, I got something, you know what I'm saying?
But have you always been like confident in it when you was doing it, or you just was like,
nah, bro. So here's how it works. So my imposter syndrome on my second guessing is on the beginning. Once I make a decision, I don't look back. So like, I'm like, nah, I'm gonna do it. And then once I said I'm gonna do it, it's over. Like, we all in, and then I just kind of went all in, and I just once I wrote a couple bars, and I'm like, oh nah, nigga, I do this, and then it's just so because it's just honestly, bro, as a rapper or just anything I do, I ain't never done nothing that didn't feel like this is who I am, and this is like I've never like wanted to copy something I've seen, so that's
So you ain't rapped in how long up to now?
So I dropped my first project in 2002, and I dropped my last project in like 2008, and we in 2024.
That's so we're gonna give 16. We're gonna say 16 years. So, what makes you want to come back? And he got an album coming, and it's up. What makes you want to come back and say, "Hey, I'm ready to do this again now"?
You know what? So I stopped rapping. So I had my first son when I was 19. Then I had my second son when I was 24.
Okay.
And then I had my daughter. So I have 4 kids now, but I have 3 kids. But by the time I turned 27, so when I had my daughter, and and this is back we hand in hand mixtaping and studio time and all of that, bro. But my whole life changed when I had my daughter, and I was like, nah, I gotta secure. My kids' future.
Okay.
So that's at that point I said, I went back to school. Like I have a project that I recorded in 2009 called Now Never, and it's hard, and I never put it out. And the reason I didn't put it out is I didn't want it to pop, cause I wanted to make a shift, and so I didn't even want no pressure of it going good, and my homies, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Gotti and all the people I was rocking with, they like, hey, we gotta keep going. I'm like, I just said, nah, I'm done. I went back to school, got my degree in tech, and I just started like moving in that space, and I built myself up, bro. I'm talking about, so I took the same approach year to year, learned the skill, making 50 racks. What's the next level? Apply for a job that I don't know how to do it. Challenge myself again. I go watch some YouTube videos on how to talk through the interview. Now I'm making 70. So I took that same approach that I learned as a rapper, and it's just in them spaces, and applied it to the corporate world.
Did you ever feel like after you stopped rapping, like you just did it all for nothing, or you just felt like it kind of taught you? You know what I'm saying?
Nah, man. I look at life. I don't look at life through the lens of like destinations no more. Okay. I feel like everything is a journey, and I got my tattoos. They all tell like a story, and when I talk about even now at the school, I talk about everything because I feel like I'm not me. I'm not Coach Q at Pivot Tech without Playboy and the lessons I learned through that. So it's all, man. When I talk to my 8-year-old son, like I tell him, the who I am now is not all I talk about. Okay. Like, you gotta know the whole story. You gotta know that I never would have known what I know without the mistakes I made. Not that music was a mistake, but that music was a journey for me. So what made me want to come back to it was like, I'm just sitting back, and number one, bro, I feel like I don't hear no bars no more. That's the biggest thing. Okay. I don't hear bars no more. Yeah. But bigger than that, like I feel like the music has gotten so watered down, and I feel like, man, people so it's called switch the algorithm, and we was talking about the social media, and we was talking about the algorithm, but I feel like the algorithm feed us so much stuff intentionally, right? And I feel like people don't understand we got the ability to shift the algorithm. Like if your feed look a certain way, and you go on and unfollow 10 pages and follow 10 new pages and start liking certain things, your feed gonna shift. The algorithm will now start feeding you something totally different. So but everybody take a passive approach to it, and we just, they feel like. So I feel like people need to get new content, bro. So like what I'm talking about on the project is really a lot of stuff that's happening in 2024. But it's like so many people want to like how you go build a school and how you do this and how you do that. So I'm like, bro, it's all built from like discipline, principles, all the stuff that people don't talk about because it's just like that shit ain't popping. Like people want to hear toxic stuff it just what runs the game.
Did you learn the algorithm through tech, or how does that conjunction together?
So honestly, it even go deeper than that.
Okay.
So the algorithm, I started studying like the mind. Like I've been having a passion, bro, for like just not going and really understanding like not just how the computer worked, but I started realizing the computer was programmed after how our minds work, right? So that's how people can easily pull you in because they know like your mind's a neural network and all these things. So this is connected, this is connected, this is connected. So they build the algorithms and all this shit to run the same way. That's why people like you can become a robot and you don't even realize it. People be like, I want to get off, I can't quit scrolling. Like my hand just be like I ain't even swiping.
How do you control that though? When it's right there in your face.
It feels uncontrollable.
Okay.
But what it is that what your subconscious programming and the things that you do repetitively, habitually becomes to be automatic. It's like driving, right? You get in your car, you do not think about driving. Your body drive. You doing some other shit. So everything starts to become the same way. You start to be programmed to do certain things, to think a certain way, and now you want to change your life, but none of your habits, none of your ways support it. So you got two things working against each other, right? You got I got a vision board full of stuff I want to do. Yeah. But every day I wake up and do all this shit to go work against it. But you can't figure out why you can't change that because you haven't realized that these goals and all these things you want to do is directly tied to your daily habits, your daily routines, the things you focus on, the things that you think about all day. That's really like all this shit up here that you say you want to do. That don't mean nothing. It's right here.
Yeah.
So that's why now I really even focus on the destination. I'm like, bro, the processes, the journey, it's gonna automatically bring me everything I want if that's just a part of what I do. So I see so many people that got man, these people got gifts. Yeah. It's the one thing that they lacking, and that's they haven't learned. Number one, don't do nothing. Stop copying. Be who you are. Yeah. Once you find that one thing that you love doing, and you build an obsession with it, man, everything is possible after that. But we want instantaneous results. We talked about this shit.
And so even with you, you got kids and you got your own likes you like to do. What's the conversation with you saying, I need to take care of this and also take care of my kids and all my business? How do you
Man, I'm gonna be honest, bro. Like I've been blessed and it's come from a whole lot of work that I've been able to like merge my life. Okay. So it used to be a point in time when I was a rapper, bro. I had my kids over here and my rap life over here, and whatever else I had going on was over there. But now everything is just me. So my son, he's 8. He go to the studio with me all the time when I go record. Yeah. My 24-year-old son, he works at Pivot, so he earns a salary. I'm teaching him the business. My daughter, she's 17 years old. She an entrepreneur. She know how to build a brand better than me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. She's 17. She got sun rays. She done learn. So my kids being ingrained in my life and everything that I do. Number one, it just teaches them that I'm a human. I don't even try to daddy. I ain't just daddy over here. Like everything is me. So they with me on the good stuff. They with me on. They see me fall. They see me get back up. They see me when I'm good. They see me when it's here. So I feel like there's no separation with me no more. And that
you done added them in kind of.
They all a part of my life, bro. So my kids, my business, anything else I do, it's just all a part of what I do. And I feel like that's the most authentic way to do it. And so I don't feel like I have to like carve out time, because if I got a meeting today and I got my daughter with me, she coming to the meeting with me. Yeah, this is what it is. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's dope because I get to spend that type of real authentic time, and then they get to see like what it really takes to build something. And that's where the confidence comes from.
Mm-hmm.
They see me doing it, and they like, I'm like, y'all smarter than me. Trust me, y'all got.
I mean, ain't they supposed to be though? You know what I'm saying?
Look, so that's the. So when I look at it like that, I feel like I've already won.
Mm-hmm.
Because what do we take? What's the goal? What are we looking forward to do? The whole goal of this thing that we doing is to take. So when my kids started where I'm at, they further along than I started. You know what I'm saying? And if we can keep doing that, then we win it. And if you can enjoy it along the way, we gotta enjoy it, nigga. So many people we fixate on these goals, so we waiting to celebrate, we waiting to just enjoy it. We feel like you be in your podcast, it would almost be like you saying, as soon as I get 1 million subscribers, I'm gonna relax and be like I done did it. Nah, you already winning, bro, today.
Yeah.
So tomorrow, go celebrate like you already got the 1 million and enjoy it every single step along the way. Cause you're gonna look back once you finally get there and realize, oh, that stuff was the fun, bro. That was the journey was what it was all about.
So how do you, and even with you, with starting off with rap, how do you kind of figure out what you're gonna do to get your finances so you can do what you need to do?
Man, you know, the finances thing is, I'm gonna tell anybody, you need to find you a skill set, right? So this is how I feel about passions, right? I rapped, I made money, it was in there. You know, I got the business, and even with my sons, I'm like, but here's a reality. Go find you a skill set that can generate you some revenue, right? And then leverage your skill set to build your purpose and what you really want to do. And that don't mean like you gotta be tech. It could be like I was just talking to your partner. He's learned the audio, video, how to bring all these things together. Took it from being an artist, but that's a skill set, and it can leverage and build revenue. So I just learned a long time ago. I got a skill set, but I'm like, I ain't gonna lie, like I was like a ninja with the tech stuff. So any given time, I can go give me a consulting gig and make 6 figures if I had to, if the business wasn't going, because I had a skill set to lean back on. So many people got pride and be like, I'm a full-time entrepreneur and I never work a job. It ain't. That's not what it's about. It's not about like you don't be no entrepreneur for bragging rights. It ain't no bragging right to be broke. It ain't no bragging right to be a broke entrepreneur, bro. It's just not. That ain't no flex. Nah, it's no flex, bro. Like you need some money, bro. So I tell anybody, like, if what you're doing right now is not working, you gonna have these small pivots along the way, and it might mean that for 2 years you stop, got you some bread, got you a job, got you some bread, took that bread and then got back to it. Like, you ain't never quitting. It might be an intermission. Yeah. I've had 1 million intermissions. You asked me my first business, it was that. Yeah. I had a cleaning company one time. Yeah. I was a personal trainer. I built a personal training business. Yeah. Before Pivot, I had a company called Focal Point Solutions with Eddie, Robert, Jody, and guess what? Guess how much bread we made off of it? Bro, we ain't never get a client, bro. we was in his thing about it. People like, y'all killing them. Like, bro, we ain't got no clients, bro. Like, it looked so good on paper, bro. Yeah. Like, we had a kickoff party, family, friends, balloons and stuff. You know what I'm saying? We got the company page and the logo and the business cards, and it looked like, I'm a CEO. I gotta give. I a CEO Focal Point. Like, you killing it? Nah, bro, I ain't killing it. I have not made no money. Yeah. But what I learned from that was, I learned what don't work in this lane, and I learned like the power of having a certain type of partnership. So with Pivot, so when I met my business partner Josh, and we didn't even meet till 2019. Somebody introduced me to Josh, and she Ashley, she went to school with him, and she was like, hey, you should go, meet up with Josh, because I think y'all will be cool together. I think what he doing and what you doing would work. So I was like, oh, okay. So I met up with Josh, and at the time I was talking to him about Hood Geek, and I was like, bro, I got this Hood Geek, I got this merch line, but I got this idea, bro. I want to like start, but I'm making money in tech, but every time I meet people and I'm talking to people, they like, man, I wish I could do it. I'm like, you could do it. I swear you could do this, bro. Yeah. They throwing out 6-figure jobs left and right. And I taught myself. I went to school, but some of it I taught myself, right? Mm-hmm. So then Josh had just came back from Austin. He in this little chamber program, and he saw all this tech shit they doing in Austin. So he came back, wanted to do some tech stuff. Mm-hmm. We just met at the right time. And then we started talking, and it was like, hey, we should start a school. And we told people, like, y'all gonna start a school? How the fuck you start a school? Like, I don't know, but we gonna do it. So, bro, this is what we did. Bro, we met, we talked like 3 or 4 times, bro, and we been locked in. I mean, when I say locked in ever since.
How do y'all keep that relationship strong to where you guys can keep trusting each other and keep going? Because we know a lot of relationships just go, it'll look good, and then it just go, and then the whole company was never nothing. So how do y'all keep that?
I'm gonna tell you. So I got the keys to success when it comes to partnership. Okay. Number 1, you gotta be equally yoked. And what I mean by that is, it can't be like the value of what I bring and what you bring if there's no, because here's the thing, there has to be mutual respect. Right?
Most definitely.
And if there's not a mutual respect, there's always gonna be one person feeling like the other person is not pulling their weight, or I bring in more value, and it's always gonna be a money conversation, right? Right. So we coming into it, I value what you're doing, you value what I'm bringing to the table.
Most definitely.
Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna start this out, we're gonna split it down the middle, 50-50, we business partners, or whatever number you come 100%. Up with. But we set
I think 50-50 is always great, no 50, matter what.
So 50-50. Yeah. So here's what we're doing. I'm gonna do this, you're gonna do that. Some days I'm gonna be working more than you. Some days you're gonna be working more than me. That's just how it works. Yeah. Because it depends on what's going on at the time. Thanks. But I know you gonna always work, and your motor's like mine. Yeah. So I've never had to call and pump Josh up. He ain't never had to call and pump me up. We both genuinely do it. So that's the second thing. Find somebody that got the same level of passion you got. Okay. So equally your passion. Because if I got to call and get you re-engaged, inspired every day, eventually I'm
gonna get tired of that.
Yeah, but like, nah, you need to just you grown, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So you gotta have somebody with a passion. And then it's like, you gotta have somebody that understands the long game. Mm-hmm. So at the time,
facts.
Like, we finna build this, but we might not make no money for 3 years. Now, are you good with that? Can you
handle that?
Because if you can't, what you're gonna do is you're gonna keep pulling from the pie. We ain't never gonna be able to build nothing, right? Okay. And you're gonna get anxious, and so just so happened at the time, like I said, I got a skill set. I had a consulting job. Everybody didn't even know this, but I had a 6-figure consulting job that I probably was working. I can talk about it now because I don't work it no more, but bro, I'm working 10 hours a week, maybe,
making
bro.
6 figures.
Because I was good at what I did. Yeah. So I was a developer. I get home, we'd run the pivot stuff, I get home at night, code for about 3-4 hours, and my check just kept coming in. So when it come to pivot, I ain't pressed because all my bills is paid, and Josh had another way to make money. So we had time to be patient, let it build. He wasn't at the anxious part of his life. I wasn't either. We was equally yoked, and he had the passion. And I ain't gonna lie, bro. We ain't never had a blow up, no argument. Right. When the money comes in,
a hard conversation.
We have hard conversations all the time. Because if you don't have no hard conversation, it's somebody not being real. Yeah, if everything is always smooth, bro, somebody ain't telling, somebody holding something in, and that's gonna come out, you know what I'm saying, in the watch.
Might come out the wrong way.
It's gonna come out the wrong way. You know, whatever you don't release will explode. Right? It's what it is. So I think that's the biggest thing, man. It's like equally yoked. You gotta be genuine. Y'all both gotta love it, and then y'all both gotta be a little bit. Crazy. The risk tolerance, you know what I'm saying? Like, entrepreneurship ain't for the faint of heart, man. Like, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna look at the camera and say this.
Facts.
If you got a good job and you love what you do, don't get tricked by the matrix to feel like you need to leave your good job. Don't leave your good woman. Don't leave your good man. Don't leave nothing. All this stuff look good on the internet. It's all
a facade.
Oh, listen, none of it's real. Yeah. So the lifestyle that it look like everybody living is not real. It looks like everybody got the whips and
everybody doing great and all that.
Right. And so many people that's winning, and they give it all away because they feel like, but I ain't doing this. just to find out this wasn't even real. So that's why people gotta run their own race and you know what I'm saying, do their own thing.
With I want to talk about Pivot. What exactly is Pivot?
So Pivot is we're a workforce development company. So we train individuals looking to get into tech. So pivot into tech careers. That's kind of where the name came from. So back when we started our first class was in 2020. Well, it was going.
Shout out to 5-year anniversary.
5-year anniversary, man.
5-year anniversary, you know what I'm saying? But
for sure.
You know what I mean?
But our first day of class, so we was using. Josh had a business called The Lab, so we was having classes at the lab, in the building, and I'm asleep, bro. And this is no lie. I'm asleep, and then my phone keeps ringing, and I'm looking at my phone, and it's a picture of the lab, but it ain't got no roof.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bro, I'm tweaking or something because it looked like the lab ain't got no roof, and I was just there earlier today. So I can wait to see if I wake up, and I find out it was a tornado. I'm like, I ain't even really here. But anyway, so the building we was using for class, the tornado came through, took the roof off the building. Right when we finna start class, I'm like, man, you gotta be kidding me. All right, so we was able to navigate that. We shout out to the tech council. They gave us a building to use for class. Then I'm watching the news. They like, some virus is coming over from China. I'm like, next thing you know, COVID is here. We all on quarantine and can't nobody leave the house. I'm like, bro, we in the middle of trying to start a business. We can't leave the house to have class. So we get to scrambling and we figure out a way to build a Zoom class. So we built it out on Zoom. And then next thing you know, somebody connected us with I can't even think of the dude's name right now. It was a big national news guy. He interviewed us. Bro, we started getting applications from people all over the country now. Wow. So we like, yo, this ain't even gotta be a Nashville because we want to just have Nashville. It was like, nah, this is bigger than that. Thanks. So we changed our motto. From that day, we've never had in-person classes no more. So now basically we train individuals all over the country looking to get into tech. Man, we done graduated like 600-700 students. Next year we're gonna do 250 to 300 alone. We got partnerships with the state of Tennessee, state of Louisiana. We got a partnership with Core Civics. So
how do you go through and getting those partnerships when you don't really know how to do it? Like, do you learn it through the process?
I'm gonna tell you. So when we started the school, we went and got a T-shirt printed that said Pivot Tech School on it. Okay, we both put a T-shirt on. I had a MacBook, and we did a video, and that was what we had at the time. And we said, "Yo, Pivot Tech School now open for business. Sign up today." And we put a website. Come sign up today. We ain't got no curriculum. We ain't got no students. I mean, we ain't got no teachers. We ain't got no staff. We ain't even got the bread. We ain't even got no money, really. We got a couple. We ain't got
the money you need.
Nah, we ain't got we ain't got $1 million investment in that. We just got. So now we say we doing that. So then we start calling people. We start checking in with people. I started meeting up with like people that's in the game. Like, yo, we finna start this school, man. You need to get on board. We both know how to talk, and we know how to sell the vision and tell you what we. I'm telling you, it's finna be something. So it's a perfect opportunity for you to be a part of something from the ground up. And bro, we went and we just sold the vision for a whole year, and then because we had the passion for it, bro, people start buying in, and we got, man, shout out to my homeboy Say Cool, your son, to like we just start having people that believed in the vision, and things started coming together, and we started learning what it all need to look like from an admissions process to a full-fledged curriculum, and then it's like, and then what I learned was business is business. Every single business has market and supply and demand and profit margins. It's no different than when I was rapping and I had to say, okay, I got $20,000 budget. Studio gonna be $5,000. I can press up $7,000 worth of CDs. I'm gonna sell for $10 a piece, make $70,000, and that. So you learn. I learned how to do what an operation need to look like to be profitable. Because if I'm gonna take that money and leverage some to do this and some to do the next project, I learned I'm good. I've always been good with numbers and money. So it just and I'm a high level thinker. So I just started building it out, bro, like piece by piece by piece. And Josh, my business partner, he's a natural networker. He already had connections, so he's a salesman. So we both sell, but that's how we split the business up. All right, I'm gonna show you what we gonna sell. Go take this to your connections. Tell them what we doing. And if I need to get in there and talk my tech talk, then I'll jump on and we found this little energy where we could play off each other. And you know, bro, we had a partnership with Amazon. And we at that time we had never done nothing on this level, but they believed in us, and next thing you know, they wrote us a $200,000 check to go build something, and guess what? If you put my back against the wall, I'm gonna figure it out. Yeah. So we figured it out. So most of what we've done, it's almost like you driving a car and you fixing it at the same time. Yeah. So we ain't never had time to pull the car over to fix it. I've been going through the same. We go through the same thing. Driving the whip and reaching, got my arm out the window. I'm tweaking it here. So it's been a constant of improvement because we built it through revenue. Mm-hmm. Like we make money and we take that money and reinvest it in the business. And we probably got profitable maybe 2 years ago. Mm-hmm. But you know, it's now we in a position where it's like, hey, we got something now, you know what I'm saying? How do you get your students and your employees to trust that you know what you're doing, you know what I'm saying, and to get them on board? Man, I'm gonna tell you something. People respond to authenticity, and people respond to vulnerability, right? Mm-hmm. So one thing we never do is pretend that we have it all figured out. Okay. What we always commit to is that we will do what it takes to deliver, right? So that means if you come on as a student, we have real high quality product. But even with that being said, we constantly we gonna talk to you and survey you, and if you see this is going on, then you know we gonna step in and make. So we just have you to trust that what needs to be done, and we're still learning. But as we learn that certain things need to happen, we gonna get in and make it happen. So I think most people just want to know that you care enough to figure it out, and that you care enough to I guess you're not so cocky it's not my way or no way. We don't move like that. But we've learned, and we have a real high quality, high level product. But it didn't start off like that, But we've always deliver, and we really do this. Mm-hmm. So, but we've graduated and gotten hundreds of people 6-figure jobs. We got people at ACA, we got people at Amazon, we got people at Deloitte, we got students all over. But we have meetings every day with all the major corporations, and we got relationships with all these people. But man, what I learned about life in general is that everybody is the same, bro. I don't care if you're talking to a white dude that's 45, that's at Deloitte. He got a family, he got vices, he got a life, and if you just talk to people on a human level, you can really connect with anybody, and and you break down there oh man, he's a VP, none of that stuff don't matter to me. We are all here. I don't care if I'm talking to and even with you hiring your son and all that, how do you deal with the people close to you? And they see that you're really doing it and helping them in the same sense. You know what I'm saying? Man, that is the hardest part of life of all of this is what comes with success, right? Okay, yeah. It's you gotta develop parameters and boundaries, bro, because my son is my son. But even with that, I took the LeBron James model. I will put you in a position to make your own money, but I ain't giving nobody. I'm not here to be nobody's sponsor. I forgot who said that. I think it was LL. I watched the interview, and he was I tell my kids, I'm not here to be y'all sponsors, bro. I'm here to teach y'all how to go fish and how to make it. So, my son, he just started working there this year. We've had it for 5 years. I had to wait till he was ready to. And I had to look at my business partner and not just say, I'm gonna hire my son, but he's going to hold him to the same. We're gonna hold him to the same requirements that anybody else comes through. And I tell him that from the beginning. He don't report to me. I barely talk to him. He reports to our director of operations, and I said, if he ain't whatever you would do with anybody else. But he not gonna mess up because he know if he gotta come to me where you done fun with this, we got a problem because I'm putting my name on right. This is my business partner. I can't be we not just giving my son no money. He's a valuable asset to the business.
Do you and your business partner actually talk about everything before you make decisions and all this. How does that work? Like when it comes to just making decisions, like with the company and stuff, just to stay close. Do you guys just have that dialogue?
Man, I'm gonna tell you the truth. So because I talk to my business partner probably just as much as I talk to anybody. Like we bounce everything from because it's especially once you start being successful, it's so many moving parts, and you want to keep that trust. You want to keep that open. So if we've already talked about it, if I know, oh yeah. But if it's some major stuff, like I wouldn't be like, all right, I hired my son. He started on Monday. I'm like, hey man, I'm thinking about bringing Tez on, but I want to make, I'm thinking like, I'm gonna talk that through, and he gonna talk something with me, and we never even had to have that conversation. I'm telling you, bro, it's like you gotta have a respect level for the person you in business with. It's like the person you gonna marry. Like the person that you gonna marry, you gotta have a certain level of respect, and y'all gotta have a certain level of trust with each other, where y'all see the value in each other and what y'all bring to the table. And because it's not gonna always be 50-50. It's not always gonna be like if my business partner, or if I had a situation where like, hey bro, there's some shit going on, I need to tap out for about 3 months. Like,
is that cool?
That's gonna be cool. And it's gonna be cool the other way, because that we human, and we've never had to have a situation. But what I'm saying is that you want to have a person that got your back.
Most definitely.
If you need that moment, and you got his back if you need that moment. You don't want a person that's always counting like, I just put in, I did 10 reps, well, you're 10 reps. Yeah, you did 5 reps, but like that. Yeah. We ain't tit for tat. This is the big picture. You got to keep the big picture in mind. So I think we do good with that. But it's because we done failed so much, bro. Like, he's had business partners and businesses before, and I've had business partners and businesses before. So I think we've been humbled. I think that's a good way to say it. Like, life done humbled the shit out of me. Right? Like, hey, look, life has humbled me, but it's also like I feel like I'm in probably the most authentically happy stage of my life where I ain't pretending about nothing. Like, I'm genuinely who I say I am, doing what I say I do, and when it's good, it's good. When it ain't, it ain't. And I'm good. I'm comfortable enough to be like, hey, bro, it's been a ugly stretch. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even want to always put out like fake. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't feel like I need, like, I'm not thinking that's what people need to be comfortable with. Like, as you was talking about what you doing, man. It's like, hey, man, sometimes you gonna have a one and it's gonna be, man, I got 100,000 views on this one. Facts. You might go through a stretch where you can't seem to figure the algorithm out no more, but so some people start deleting all that shit. Like, I can't even, man. I got, and that's the thing about it. I'm in my page, and just since social media matters so much, I have videos that got 1,500 likes, and I have pictures that got 32 likes on that one. And I leave them all up because I feel like you need to see that every single thing I post
every day ain't gonna be
don't hit, bro. Yeah. All of it don't hit. And it's the same way with business. Like, man, we done had classes where we started 40, 60 people, graduated 50 of them. They all got jobs. We done had classes where we started with 50 people and 19 people graduated. 26 people dropped out. And a lot of them didn't get jobs, and it's easy to be like, cause they did this. So, but I'm like, nah, man, like, we get bad reviews sometimes. So, like, with the bad reviews, what you gotta do is take your ego out of it, take your feelings out of it, and then sit and listen to it, cause it's sometimes a lot of truth. It's always some truth and some stuff. So one thing that we've been able to do is like, man, we'll take them on the chin and be like, hey man, it don't feel good to know this, but we did say y'all was gonna have y'all mental. Like, we did drop the ball, and we do need to improve. And
so how do you deal with that when you kind of know you dropped the ball? You know what I'm saying? How do you make that back straight for the people? Okay,
you own it, and you do what you need to do to course correct. Whether it's like, hey man, we had like in the beginning it happened way more free. It don't really happen much now, but it's like, hey, we know we promised this, and unfortunately we under-delivered. Here's how we want to make it right. We want to give you a chance to come to the program again free of charge, and we'll provide you with this, or we'll go out of our way to, and we own it, and don't, you know what I'm saying, like, because we ask for grace, but we are like building something from scratch. Yeah. We never promised to be perfection, but we did promise that whatever it takes to do what we say we're gonna do it. So it's really just being like, man, like we own it, bro.
Just own what you do. You know what I'm saying,
man. And people genuinely, and that's why people like, black people got this. You know what I'm saying? We get, like, you go to a black restaurant, boy, if your plate 10 minutes late, you about to lose your shit, right? Yeah. But you can go to a white spot and you give them unlimited grace, right? Yeah, but I think sometimes what you don't get sometimes in a black establishment is the owning it part, right? You don't, and people have now anticipating that, because you get burned a few times, so you kind of anticipating to get burned again. So soon as it look like it's going left, you like, see, I knew it. That's why I didn't want to come nowhere. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to get that out of your system when you just anticipate like black stuff to be like subpar stuff. You know what I mean? But I think it's a two-way street. Like, consumers need to we gotta give. Bro, shout out to Chicago Chicken and Waffles, because bro, that's like, I went there not too long ago. I took my son and my daughter. We went and ate. Man, the food was delicious, amazing. I hate that it's some people from out of town that come and set up shop, and it's every time I see ride by that it's full, and people love it, and I ain't heard no bad reviews on it. And I see so many like local spots like that. People born and raised in Nashville. I think it's a thing where it's like, if I know you personally,
I can judge you if I know you.
I can judge you because I know you, bro. Yeah. I think it's a thing where it's like people like, oh, come on, that's Quan and Josh.
Yeah, that's
Pivot, whatever. But I know him, man, and I ain't giving you no slack, no grace, because I feel like I know you. So I think that's.
Do you get a lot of business? Do y'all get business from Nashville, or is it just out?
We get business from Nashville.
Okay.
But we get way more love outside of Nashville. I'm not gonna lie, bro.
Yeah.
And I hate it. Shout out to Nashville. www.pivottechschool.com. If you want to get into a new career, if you just want to, enhance your skill set, come rock with us. We got scholarships. We do whatever it takes to help anybody from the city. We love the city. We appreciate the support. But we just want the city to get behind. Like, how many black tech schools do you know about? Like,
I have never heard of
right,
one.
So we doing something that's not a traditional thing. Shout out to any other business, but it's really difficult when you like trailblazing into something new, something that ain't been.
Can anybody get into tech?
Yeah, anybody can get into tech, but there's so many levels of entry, right?
Okay.
Everybody's not gonna be no software engineer. Everybody ain't making six figures. Everybody cannot make six figures.
Most definitely.
It's just not.
That's a good check. Is that middle class?
It's becoming middle class, but it's also becoming. Bruh, let me get to the project real quick.
Okay.
All right, so I got an album coming out. It's called Switch the Algorithm. So it's a book. So initially I was writing a book, and I'm like, bro, there's so much shit going on I want to talk about, bro. I got a song called Since COVID, because I feel like we've been in a matrix since COVID, bro. Like, from like people with their expectations to like all the podcasts that I hear talking about relationship advice and, man, you paying 50-50, or I want 90-10, I'm living the soft life, I want a man to do this, my woman gotta do this. Like, people in good relationships leaving the good relationships because they've been listening to a podcast that told them, like, you deserve this. Like, not because you've done nothing to deserve it, just because I said you deserve it. Because your mama said you was special, you deserve this. So they leaving shit, they quitting jobs and going and saying, I'm finna, you know what I mean? Just, and it's fucking everybody up. Like mentally. Because when you get out there, you really get into it, and you see it ain't what you've been sold. Like, people like literally like depressed behind it and anxious behind it, because it's not what it's sold to be. You know what I'm saying? And one thing I appreciate that you're doing is, like, again, podcast, if you're going to be in front of the camera, on the mic, I feel like there's a level of responsibility that comes with it, because when people rock with you, man, you don't realize that people literally listening to what you're saying
right.
and they acting on it sometimes. And not that you're responsible for it, but it's also like if you know you intentionally misleading folks for engagement.
Okay.
It's still on the people because everybody grown, but I'm just saying,
it's kind of on you too because you are misleading.
It is, bro. It's kind of on you. So, but what happened is so many people that's like, they just want it because they don't want to build it, and when somebody give them this little quick scheme to the bag, to the stock market, to the currency. What's the currency that what's the trade currency trade like forex? Forex, Bitcoin, all these things that you can, now everybody, you might be parlaying every day, betting on anything to get it real quick. But all of that has gotten people from brick by brick, building something real, taking time to build something, because that's the money. And people ask me how y'all do it. But I've been working 20 years. My overnight success story is 20 years.
It ain't just today, yeah.
I didn't start pivot from scratch, bro. I took stuff from my Playboy days and my cleaning company when I had six buildings and I had to have employees and figure out like all these, everything has built on one thing. You know what I'm saying? So learn to enjoy the process of doing something.
How do you we talk about gatekeeping a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you give back in your community on what you do in tech, just to say I actually help some people? You know what I'm saying? How do you give back?
I think the biggest thing is information and opportunity.
Okay.
So we myself and a couple other people that's in different spaces, we started we developed a PAC.
Okay.
It's a political PAC. It's called YBG, and we Young Gifted Black, and we trying, and what the goal is to put some pressure on politicians,
mm-hmm.
the people that got the stuff to say, listen, Rob, man, my guy Rob, shout out to Rob Higgins, he's in it. All these different folks who've been doing stuff.
Yeah.
We like, okay, let's come together, let's collaborate.
Okay.
My homeboy G here, Dr. Josh, Tequila, Moncherie, just Daniel Gibson, all these folks that's been doing different things, like let's come together. And what we doing is we trying to force to get the opportunity, like we want the information. Okay, the stadium, y'all building this big ass stadium right here, right? What people don't realize is that it's being millionaires being created from the stadium, because you got contractors that's coming, you got excavators, you got all these different businesses within the businesses, and they get this information, and they get access to it early, and then by the time you hear about it, the opportunities ain't even there no more.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's also so we just trying to go and get opportunity. Shout out to my homeboy Isaac. He in the mayor's office now.
Mm-hmm.
He was one of the original pivot people that been involved. But so I just feel like it's number one, going out and forcing the gatekeepers
mm-hmm.
to get the information, and then making it accessible. Man, we give out scholarships. There's not a week go by that I don't get a phone call from somebody I ain't talked to in 6 months or 6 years, and they're like, hey, my cousin trying to get into tech, but how much is tuition? And my answer is always the same. Tell them to go apply, hit me up, we'll figure it out. We'll figure out the tuition part. We done so much to them to make it where if you from Nashville, you ain't gotta worry. Like, our tuition 10-5, but I don't think a person has paid that much money, because whether it's a scholarship whether we give scholarships out of our pocket, but we also go get organizations and they write checks and we take that money to offset tuition, so we can just give out scholarships, connect people. So it's really just, if I get connections, I'm connecting. Here's everything.
Is it just like going to TSU? I can apply and come to y'all school.
Yeah, so it's just like any other school, bro. You go, we have a website, you fill out the application, you have a phone call with admissions, they're gonna walk you through the process, talk about tuition, and scholarships and all of that, and then we have start dates when class starts. The only difference is you need your laptop, and then you're gonna be virtually, like if you ever taken an online class, it's gonna be just like taking an online class at TSU, and we got live instructors. They all in the game, educated, certified, all of that. And then we have programs. You gotta get a mentor to somebody that's in the industry that's gonna work with you.
So y'all really working with them close and ain't leaving them out on the limb. We
got career coaches that work with you when you finish. We got mentors. We got student liaisons. We have like this thing called demo day where you get done, where you can demo your project, and then we invite ACA, Amazon, all our corporate sponsors to come watch you. The only thing is we can't do is like hand you a job like, hey bro, here's your job. You like it ain't over. Like you get a job.
You gotta put some kind of work in.
So what we can't do is give you a job. Yeah. And that's one thing we struggle with. It's like some people understand it and some people have not quite understood. You are the CEO of your own life. All we just here as a partner to help show you what's possible, put you in position to get it. But if you ain't gonna go get it, you ain't ready for it. Because what I'm not gonna do is put you in front of a partner and then you drop the ball and our name is on it. You gotta show us that you really ready. You might have to put in 10, 15 applications. Like it's a different market. Like people want to see people that want it. You know what I'm saying?
After 16 years, and I want to go back to this album you got coming out. After 16 years, and anybody know? And I'm gonna just use the name Playboy, that you was really one of the guys back then. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
But after 16 years, what does Playboy have? Are you keeping your same rap name?
So Playboy is dead. So it's
okay. That's why
Playboy. Yeah.
Okay,
so
Playboy is dead.
Coach Q.
That's what we use. That's what I was getting to.
Coach Q switched the algorithm. That's the name of the project.
So what do you got to talk about now?
So I'm gonna go down my song list. I got 10 songs. So I got 10 songs. I got 10 chapters in my book. Every song on the project has a chapter in the book, so they all tied together. So basically, I have a song, and then I have a chapter where I really dive into what that song is about. What's dope about it is if you got the book and you reading it, it's a QR code, and you scan it, it'll take you to the song. So it's like
that's hard.
It's like you want to read this, but if you don't even feel like reading it, just go to the audio, just go listen to the song, and you gonna feel me. So I got a song called Too Many Followers. The song come on, my son he like, hey dad, how many followers you got on Instagram? I'm like, how many followers? But it's really not about Instagram. It's too many followers in general. Everybody following. So this is a play on Instagram followers, but that song is about like too many followers. Where the leaders at? You know what I'm saying? But here's the thing about it. My goal is to make this shit sound like I don't even. So I say shit like 3 times. I don't say nigga. Ain't no nigga on the project. Okay. So I got a couple features. I'm like,
because that's where I was going. Like,
grown, bro.
Where you at now? You grown.
Ain't no nigga on the project. Ain't no bitches. Ain't no hoes.
None of that.
But it's raw. But it's entertaining. It's dope. It's raw. I'm spitting. So my goal is that when you get done, you're not even going. You have to go back. You remember on he watched 6 Sense back in the day when he was dead and you didn't even know it. You had to go back and be like, oh, he was dead. When you get done with it, you gonna be like, I don't even think he cussed. You're not gonna realize I'm not saying nigga and I'm not cussing because it's still raw. It don't sound cheesy though. So it's it's raw.
Okay,
it's
good,
raw.
good.
No.
Cause we ain't buying it.
I'm playing with I'm bringing the bars, bro. It is raw. You ain't even gonna recognize it that it ain't, but it's still just.
When you was rapping.
Yeah.
Where did you kind of put yourself like when it come to the Nashville rap scene?
Hey, listen, let me tell you. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I'm gonna just say it like it is. I felt like I was the best in the city, and I'm gonna tell you why though. Shout out to everybody. Hey, look, if you know from back in the day, me and Starlito, we had our situation.
Real quick. How do you think Starlito done?
For a career
as an artist.
I'm gonna be honest. I got a high level of respect for him. Okay. Number one, because he's been consistent, and I heard like his stuff when him and Farrah and before Volume 1. So I've heard him from like the original All Star through Starlito through now, and what I respect the most is the 20-year consistency.
Okay.
I feel like if anybody in the city even from Buck or Kwani or anybody, like he's been the only person that has consistently, even though he didn't have like gaps, so we probably dropped. He had gaps, but they consistently been on the scene. He had his Cash Money era, had his Yo Gotti era, had his All-Star mixtape era, and you know we had our disagreements back in the day when we was young, but I got a number of respect for him, and I feel like I would have wanted to see, but here's the thing about it, man. Like, people don't understand, and I can't put words in nobody's mouth.
Okay, no, definitely.
But the music industry will chew you up, spit you out. It's very high level, toxic and draining. So I think I've just seen it, and even listening to some of the titles, for like he probably then has intentionally not wanted to go outside of his comfort zone.
Most definitely.
And because if you go outside your comfort zone, it ain't no way. Sometimes ain't no coming back.
It's not. And
for me, that was one of the reasons also why I started rapping back in the day, because I was like, man, I need to control my environment. And it got to a point where I'm in the studio and I got too many people I don't really rock with like that in here, and I'm around too many people. I got kids, and first of all, I'm smart. I can be around some shit, but I ain't going to jail. I ain't finna throw away. I ain't throwing away 5-10 years. And if I can't control the environment no more, I feel like it ain't where I need to be at. So I didn't want to go. I decided I didn't want to be a part of the music industry because, man, this has been pre-Diddy and all that stuff. It's just like, bro, it's some lanes I ain't going down. You know what I'm saying? It's some lanes I'm not willing to go down. It's kind of like with me and Cat Williams, we was talking on Shannon Sharp, and he was like, oh, it's some people that done surpassed me, but they done a whole lot of stuff I ain't willing to do. So I always felt like, look, I would love to be here, but not to sacrifice. I know who I am.
Y'all styles are similar. Man, I know y'all, you don't lead up. I know y'all had like a kind of a disagreement on that. Like, do you think it was a coincidence that y'all styles or...
You know what, bro? Look, that's a good question.
You can clear that up, you know what I'm saying?
So, this was crazy. Let me just give you a real quick snippet of that. Okay. So, again, I met Starlito when I handed Ed a mixtape, Volume 1, done at Prism back in 2002 to 3, which was somewhere around that time, right? He already had music recorded too. The first time we ever met or heard each other, he had stuff done, I had stuff done. He was rapping like how he was rapping, I was rapping how I was rapping. Right. He was metaphors and had his song tone, and I was metaphors and had my tone, and we had never even met or heard each other before. Okay. We both from out east. Yeah. And we both, and if you from Nashville, sometimes, like, I'm gonna be like honest, it's a coincidence. Like, I ain't even gonna say, I definitely can't say I'm not gonna say he stole my style, but what I will say that what happened was, that wasn't acceptable for people though. Okay. So, when he was out and I was out and people like, hey man, what's up? Yeah. He was like, one of y'all need to figure out, one of y'all need to claim this, what's up? So and we young, bro. You young and you want to get on, and you like that was the original origin of the disagreement. Like, who stole whose style? When didn't nobody steal the style? Because I mean, that, like, he's always rapped how he rap. I've always rapped how I rap. Now I got friends. I still got homeboys but let me tell you, I got people that come to me like, hey bro, you know All Star stole your style, bro. I tell everybody, I'm like, hey, come on, bro. First of all, I'm like, it was 20 years ago. But number two, like, it was never nothing about that. You know what I'm saying? It was, I feel like, again, it was the thing that we talked about, crab in the barrel. Like, both of y'all can't be on, both of y'all can't be good. It's only room for one of y'all. Somebody, y'all, like, no, y'all need to have friction. And I was just too young to not like push back. Yeah. And not get like swept up in the entourages and all the people like, come on, bro, you know what I'm saying? You get all this, these people that they ain't got no dog in a fight, but they just there for the ride. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Right. And they ain't, and when it go left, they gone. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, you know, that was really the crux of that.
Hold up. That first question you asked, where do we place yourself?
You want me to go back on that?
Yeah.
All right. So.
Hold on. Ask that question again.
Yeah.
What do you see?
We go back to that. Yeah. What do you? And he talked about it a little bit, but yeah, what do you like? You know what I'm saying? Like, you, and I know you put yourself as the best, but really in your era, like, who was actually doing what you think that you was doing that you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So for my era, I would say so Kwani, Pistol, my cousin Demo, that was like he the one that put he partnered with Pistol on that Money in the Power, which was was one of my favorite albums ever from Nashville. But they was outside of our little class. So just my class, it was me, Starlito, Paper, Young Red was out. I don't know, y'all, and then Buck. And that was really, and then in General was around too, but just on a mixtape scene that was like moving units, like heavily in the conversation and rotation, was really me, Star, Buck, and Piper. I've never done a track with Buck. It was, just whatever. But I'm gonna be honest though, I would say I felt like I was the best, but I don't think I put out necessarily the best product. You know what I'm saying? Because so if I just go for product, then I'd probably give it a star. I give it a star from a product standpoint. And that's hard to say, but in hindsight, you know what I'm saying? But bar for bar, I just felt like I was the best. You know what I'm saying? It's just how I feel.
Would you like to work with Star on some stuff when it come to do music?
You know what's crazy? So like I thought about even hitting him up. You know what I'm saying, about getting on doing something now. I just feel like for the culture, for the full circle moments, and I'm in this space of the season again. Like it's what collaboration is and working together, and that's what it's all about for me. So man, I work with anybody, but I kind of kept this real, close. It's a very intimate project.
Is there any features or anything on there?
I do got B Howard. I don't even know B Howard.
Shout out to B Howard.
Shout out to B Howard.
We kind of missed our interview, but we gonna get back to it.
So I got B on there. Okay. What I didn't even realize is that when he came to the studio, it was our first time ever meeting. But B Howard was on that right on the tail end of me ending. And he was kind of getting his look kind of bubbling, but he was one of them dudes I was like, I said, young dude got bars too. So I had respect for B because I was like, I felt he could have continued the things going from like from a rapper. You know what I'm saying? Not just, the game changed from we was rappers, bro. Yeah. And
B Howard still rapping.
B Howard, he just dropped the project, So I got B Howard on there. And then I just got one of my homeboys, Joe Craig. I don't know if you know him, but I got him on there just because it's my dog. But
with you sitting back, getting out of the rap and watching the Nashville rap community, what should we can do better? What should we have did better to make artists get over that hump? Just with you sitting back.
Well, Nashville don't have a sound. So at that time we had a sound. I don't know what the Nashville. To me, the Nashville. Shout out to everybody that's doing
this. Most
definitely,
right?
For sure.
We supporting everything. I'm always supporting everything.
100% support. But sometimes I hear NBA influence, young boy influence. I hear Lil Baby influence. I hear all these other cities and area influence in the music. So I feel like sometimes like we are seeing what's happening and we do some mimicking with it. But there was a point in time we had a real authentic sound from us. I think for one, I think to find us, it's easy it's easy just to go throw a little tune, auto-tune, or just to go NBA YoungBoy it up a little bit, or or start rapping like just whoever is popping. But so I think that part is missing. But we do got some dudes. We got some young cats that's good. But if they can learn anything from us, it's like. I saw a video. I think you asked. I saw a video where you was talking about people working together and coming together. And
I think collaboration is the best. You know what I'm saying?
Ego. So if I can tell any young dude is that ego and your inability to collaborate is gonna be the. Bro, do you realize? So Drake.
Okay.
Drake's number one gift. Kendrick wasn't wrong. And first of all, Drake dope though. But Kendrick wasn't wrong. Drake learned how to extend his career by collaborating with people that was hot, getting into their brand, getting into their fan bases, and keeping his stuff going. Like, there's the power in that. You know what I'm saying? He been doing it all the way back from when he first started. Yeah. So Drake will collab with you. He'll come get on your track. So there's just power in that. Think about Cole. J. Cole, whole little second little wave came from features.
Yeah, facts.
J. Cole feature run, jumping on everybody's stuff.
But do you think, like, okay, we talking about a Nashville sound. I have always heard different sounds from Nashville. You know what I'm saying? And so I always use this analogy. We are Music City, and I think we are many musical different people. You know what I'm saying? And so when you talk about back in the day, like, what you mean about the sound?
So I don't even mean like, I don't mean like we need to sound the same. I guess what I mean is we need to not
sound like nobody else.
We need to not try to mimic what's already been successful in other areas.
Okay.
So like Kwani, there's a point in time Nashville, we always had our own. What you said, we always had our own slang, and we used to incorporate.
Talk about it a lot.
We would incorporate our slang into our music, so it made it sound like our music because we would take our Nashville slang and put it in the music.
Yes, sir.
And we don't do that no more. So now you got people that sound like people from DC. Anywhere like Nashville people talk like Nashville people. You meet somebody from Nashville, you know they're from Nashville. Yeah. And when we rap, we use those words and that lingo in our music. But you can still evolve the sound and still have your Nashville lingo in it. We like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I feel like that part of it, like I said, Kwani and Cool, that they always would take that Nashville sound. Everybody didn't like it necessarily, but I think it was dope, bro. I think it was a part of just building that Nashville culture. Now we like. Hell, now it's hard to even meet a person that's from. I meet people now most of the time. They like, I've been here 5 years. I've been here 6 years. You know what I'm saying?
And then when we even, Nashville, we always talk about a lot. Oh, Black Rob or JG come through and they can do like, what's the misconception on people coming from out of town doing business here?
Number one, people come from out of town with a different mindset, and they have a different set of eyes. Mm-hmm. People that been here, they don't even see the opportunities right in front of them, so they don't move. Sometimes, people that come here, they see a gold mine, and people that's from here, we see the same old, So I think, Black Rob, if you know anything about him, all the way back to from Fly Major to now,
he been from ground up. He ain't stopped.
He has not stopped. It wasn't given. It ain't been easy. Still ain't easy today. And I think people from Nashville got the misconception that when they see success, somebody put them on, somehow things going easy for them, and what they don't realize is that, bro, no, the people that you see winning are just very consistent, and they ain't looking for the problem, they're looking for the solution. You know what I'm saying? We looking for the problem so we can go vent. Yeah. And these folks looking for the solutions, and they like, problem right here, we're gonna do this. Problem right here, we're gonna do this. They don't want us. They don't want us in there. They don't want us close to the city, so I'm gonna go do this. Mm-hmm. Like, it's always gonna be a problem. I just had a conversation with a young entrepreneur, and I was telling him, I said, man, I feel like if for those that are successful, like, God gonna test you to see how bad you want it. Yeah. It's gonna be just enough roadblocks and things in your way for you to quit. And as soon as you tap out, it's just that's gonna be that moment where it's like, this wasn't for you. You know what I'm saying? And the ones you see winning just ain't quit yet. They just have never quit. They've always pivoted. You know what I'm saying? So people local, we need to we gotta just get outside of the, like, people don't even, I went downtown, bro. Let me tell you something. Shout out to, we just talking about the vanity shit. Yeah. I had not been downtown partying. And I don't know when. Wow. I went downtown like on my birthday back in August. Uh-huh. I felt like I was I felt like I was
out of town somewhere.
Nah, bro. I went to was it Aldean's?
Jason Aldean's.
Went to Jason Aldean's. I was in that mud, bro. I felt like I was in like Austin or something, bro.
Yeah, facts.
When I was in the building, I didn't even realize I was in Nashville no more. And I was like, so then when I leave, and I know it's hard for like black folks to really get down there and make some money in that. Yeah. But point being is just, there's so many pockets of opportunities that's here. that we just in this little, man, look, you know what I'm saying? We just like, man.
And we don't want to use crab in a bucket, but we just in a box. It is that.
You know what I'm saying? We in a box. Yeah. And people from out of town come in, they're like, oh, shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like gold mine to them, but we been in it so close. Sometimes you got to take a step back just so you can really see. You know, I think we stuck in our ways.
Do you see yourself, I know Pivot is doing good, and do you see yourself actually doing some business in Nashville?
All right, well, listen, I'm 100%. I think whatever I do, it has to be real. It has to be authentic. So, like, I'm not gonna force nothing. But shout out to everybody that's been doing a lot of big things. But I probably wouldn't get into the restaurant business. I don't want a club. I don't want a lounge, right? One thing I do want to do. So with Hood Geek, I want to do some for the kids, but I want to tie it in. So like one thing I've always wanted to do is have, it's almost like so think like old throwback Boys and Girls Club, but it's a whole new innovative dope approach to it. But it's a place. It's like this pipeline of what kids, certain individuals can come and hone different levels of skills. It might be video, it might be this, it might be studio, it ain't based around sports and music necessarily though, because the boxes we've been locking ourselves in for so long. And if you're a rapper right now, I don't even know how you make if you're a rapper, I don't even know how you make your money. I mean, you sell merch probably, but if you ain't doing billions of streams, you definitely not making money from the music. Yeah. Which I would hate to be. So
are you coming in and with knowing the rap game now, and it's so hard to make money, are you coming in trying to make money off your album, or are you just coming in trying to give a product?
This is what's dope about it. I don't have no desire. I have no expectations.
Okay.
It's fun. It's something I feel like they need to be heard, and it's dope, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Thanks. This is my best body of work. Look, bro. I'm gonna tell you something, bro. This is my best body of work. It's dope. And look, when I first went in the booth, bro, I didn't even write a verse for probably 12 years, and I'm like, man, I still even know how to rap. Put a beat on, start writing, and it just came like a tsunami. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Next thing you know,
did you have to get back in the rhythm when you didn't write for so long? Are you still writing, or you just?
No, I haven't been writing now. So what I had to do was, you know, your flow and your cadence, you want to sound relevant to the time. Yeah, so I'm like, make sure I don't sound like 06 in 2024. So like it's you know, but I guess I've always just been, you know, rapping in the shower and stuff. So it just don't ever leave you. And I took my son to the studio with me, and he was like, Dad, I ain't know you rap for real. Like my baby
sound good, you know. Okay.
And I'm gonna tell you what this was the okay. Yeah, it sounds good. I played a few times, I let him hear it. Cause he a music, he likes something or he don't. You know what I'm saying? And we was at the house and he just started rapping, and he rapped the whole verse bar for bar, and we just started rapping out, and he was like, hey, and I was like, hey.
When the kids say it's banging, you know what I mean?
He just gonna be like, but nah, so I'm like, it's banging.
What about your other kids? Do they like take you serious now that you're trying to rap? You know what I'm saying?
The other kids is a hard to sell, bro. Like, they just like, I sent some stuff to my 24-year-old and my daughter, and they just can't see me.
They need somebody like us. Look, if you watch this, your daddy was really the truth. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't heard this new stuff, but he was really, you know what I'm saying? They need to tap in with the, you know what I mean, the commitment. Let me ask you a question. And and you can put yourself in here. What's the top 5 Nashville artists ever?
Come on. I like how you did that. I'm not in the top 5. Because I didn't stick around. So I'm gonna give you 2 lists.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you the top 5 rappers based on their whole body of work, what they did, and I'm gonna just give you talent wise.
Okay, cool.
I'm gonna give you 2 lanes. Okay. I think it's 2 lanes. I'm in the second one. I'm in the talent, but I ain't in the body. Okay. So number 1 of all time, I'm gonna go Lito. Strictly from Like Lito, like from bars and like dude is genius too. Like people understand, like dude smart.
I always tell him how smart he is. I always tell him how smart he is.
Dude smart. So alright, you got Lito, and then Buck's Peak can't be. Nobody touch Buck's Peak, right? Okay. I'm not gonna put Jelly Roll in it because we're talking rap.
Yeah, most definitely.
Alright, but with artists, then Jelly will be in it. But I'm only talking rap. Right. So I got Buck, I got Lito, and then I'm gonna go Quantity. Okay. So I got Buck, I got Lito, I got Quantity, I got Gaze. Pistol, more like his to me, like when Pistol came out. I was like, man, Pistol posted already. Pistol sounded easy. A lot of people didn't even know. Like, Rolling My 6'4" was on Ruthless Records.
The box, we spent money on Pistol.
And Pistol had that sound, that big sound. It didn't sound like he sounded like,
he was demanding, like, you know what I mean? Like, you go,
So Pistol, and he had that presence, you know what I'm saying? So you got Buck,
Star.
Now you got Star, Buck, Pistol, Quantity, then Pistol. And then I'm gonna go City.
Shout out to City.
And cause I got major respect for City. Yeah, I think, and I just think like, come on, dope. It's like he gave you a little bit of everything. Yeah, and I feel like it's some people that like, I rock with friends.
That's when we had our sound.
But yeah, I think for me, these are my personal favorites. You know what I'm saying? I think so I'm gonna go Lito, Buck, Quantity, Pistol, and City. That'd be my top 5.
I love it. I love it.
Now, as far as talent wise, I got Buck number 1. I'm gonna tell you why. Like from a song creator,
he the best. I have never seen nobody
in Nashville ever like Buck. He might be able to write a better verse, like bar for bar, but just like dude made real good music. Like, go back and listen to Starlito Nashville, go back and listen to Buck and Detail album, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, Buck just, like, when Buck outshined 50, Banks, and Yayo, like, when you put all of them together, like, Buck outshined them. So, like, I ain't got no respect for
you gotta respect that.
It's just honest, bro, what it is.
That's
like,
what it is.
So, I got Buck, I got me. I'm gonna tell you why. I have I put out 20% of what was I really had a lot of untapped shit that I like, and I really and I felt like, and I don't gonna say nobody stole my style. Okay. But I will say
you probably encouraged.
I will say I pioneered. Okay. Early, a sound. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. And I will say that sounds and flows evolve, and I feel like, one thing I did bring was a little more energy to the sound that, wasn't necessarily there. So this is how I feel.
Right. Well, I respect it.
So I got Buck, I got me.
Okay.
I got Star.
Okay.
I got Buck, me, Star. Ooh. It's not gonna change much because I still think probably City and Quantity gonna finish it out. One thing I like about Quantity, bro, that people don't give him enough credit for was, bro, Quantity had his own sound. Quantity, I feel like Quantity bring that Quantity and Greenway. They gave it that master. That master P. It was just that. It was just a certain ball sound. You know what I'm saying? That vibe, bro, was big from it. I mean, but I love everything, bro. I got songs with Fresh, bro. I grew up on Greenway. I like, bro, Sticks could spit. Sticks had bars. It was man, Nashville has had some talent, bro.
Nashville has
some talent. And,
have you checked out any of the younger talent nowadays? Have you tapped in with any of it?
Let me tell you something, man. I apologize in advance, but my palette, bro, my music, palette has changed. You know what I listen to, bro? Like, what? I don't even, 90% of the time, bro, I'm listening to a playlist. I'm listening to like Nipsey. Yeah. I'm listening to the same shit over there. Mainly because I do tap in. You know what I mean? I love Bree. I give some Bree.
Oh, that's my guy too. Bree. That's really what like Bree is the real future.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if you see a Bree performance now, and so now we're talking about performances.
Yeah.
One thing about Nashville to me, when it's even talking about rap, I haven't seen no performers like Bree.
Yeah.
I haven't seen nobody hit that stage and actually demand
that's why I think it's levels. So you got rappers, and I would be honest, I'm a rapper.
Yeah.
But there's like performers and artists.
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
I tried to be an artist, like sing, harmonize, and do some stuff, and I was like, I'm a rapper, bro.
You
I'm
just
like
rapping.
Kiss or something. Real like, I got bars for you, bro. Like, but you know, like. There's people that I mean, I can make songs. Don't get it twisted though. Like when it comes to like song creation and hooks, like I got an ear for it, but I still got a pocket.
Yeah,
I got a pocket I'm real comfortable in, right? But yeah, like Bree is dope, and I think stage presence and really like embracing that whole like everything that comes with being an artist, like putting on a performance. That's probably where some of the Nashville rappers didn't necessarily shine in stage presence, in performance. Like it's an art.
Yeah, facts.
If you ever been to like a J. Cole or a Kendrick concert, bro, they not playing the songs in the background. They got like breath control. Like they can sound like the studio on the stage.
Yeah, facts.
You remember that Dipset and the Locks verses?
Yeah. Yeah.
So one
thing, well, one of my favorite ones.
So what you realized was that everybody, shout out to Dipset, but it's levels to it. When you saw them perform and then you listen to Kiss and them perform, you're like, oh, okay, it's levels to this rap.
I'm sorry to say this.
It's levels.
And this is gonna hurt me because Cameron is one of my best people. Kiss murdered them by himself.
Listen, bro, it's a whole now Mace. I don't know if you Mace. Now Mace was my favorite. Like Mace is a pioneer. Like I feel like Fab got his style from Mace. I feel like Mace is in that Biggie space from like cadence, wordplay, delivery, that laid back there. You know that Mace, but like Mace introduced that. So you know Mace and Cam got their little podcast, and Mace dropped a freestyle the other day, bro. And I said, hey, Mace still got it.
Shout out to Mace. A story about him. We was in Atlanta and we was down there. We doing our little DMG thing and we was promoting. We saw Mace at Lennox Mall, and we were like, "Hey Mace, man, we just doing our little thing, man. We want to probably do some business with you, man." He gave us a number.
Yeah.
And he walked. He was in the Maybach. He walked to his car. He got back out of his car. He said, "Hey man, y'all seem like some solid people, man. He got a real number." you know what I'm saying? But we respected that. You know what I'm saying? And so man, this rap man is a grind, man. I'm glad you came, man. And this, I think it's a highly anticipated interview because people have been wanting to hear. You know what I'm saying? Hear from you.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? And I respect that you still respect the rap community. You didn't tear it down. You still respect it. And we just waiting on this album, man.
Hey, listen. So look, that's the thing, and I ain't really like spoke on it a lot. You know what I'm saying? I don't talk about it a lot, but yeah, I got respect not only for like the people that's doing it now, but I feel like from DJs, you know, just people that's been in it, bro. We got producers. Like I'm working so nice. Fall out nice.
He coming on this podcast.
So Nice,
he just too much.
Nice did my whole. So he doing the whole project. He produced.
Oh, okay, shout out to Nice.
Whole project recorded.
We have a whole project too, right?
He did the whole project.
Okay, shout out to Nice.
So Nice, it's 10 tracks. Nice did every beat, record me, mix me, master me, bro. Nice so cold.
Do you think I want you to before we go, we can go in a second. We got plenty.
Oh yeah, no, I'm good.
Oh, we good. Do you think the producers like Nice and Fake, and I'm just pointing those two out that's been actually boots on the ground, do you think they get
hell no credit? No. Listen, I was talking to Nice because everybody, I let a few people hear some snippets and they like, man, listen, Nick, Nice is cold. Fake is cold.
Yeah.
Torrance get his shine though. Streets Infinite, Shy Streets.
Yeah.
But now, I mean, Nashville, we got some producers, but nah, and I think it's a couple. I think it's a couple things. I think sometimes, I think there's this thing where we stay in the comfortable. Because I ask nice, and I say this because I said it to him. I'm like, bro, have you put yourself in a position
to be out there?
To be out there because there's levels to this, and I think you got some production and you got some talent that I'm finna tell. I told him, I said, when I get done with this project, bro, I'm finna take, because I done made some connections, some music, bro, these executives connections. And the thing about being a producer, you can do this shit. You can blow up in your career. You don't gotta do no shows. Mm-hmm. You can just start charging about $50,000 a track from the house. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think, Fate, bro, Fate had an original Nashville sound. And then he should have been out with Drummer Boy and all them dudes and that had that buzz. Now Faye didn't get his. But I mean, Faye has done his thing though. Yeah, shout out to Faye, but nice. Sell Scissor. I mean, Sell Scissor. We go way back. Got some tracks together. Nah,
we got the Jeff O's.
Bro. Nashville got producers, artists, DJs, But you see what's happening. A lot of the DJs are popping ain't from Nashville though. Like out of town DJs come and get more.
And that's just the thing, man. And I don't know if it's just a Nashville thing, but we will give somebody from out of town, like even when we talking about Sunny D, rest in peace Sunny D, and they'll come from out of town and we'll embrace them more than we'll embrace our own. And like you said, I just think it's I know you type of thing.
It's kind of like where you've seen me in the past. Mm-hmm. You can't allow me to evolve into what I am now. So you still looking at me and you still see me Quan, Pivot Tech. I mean, you
still see me as Lil Punk. You don't even. Now I'm Ricky the podcast.
That's just Cube, Playboy. He a rapper. I'm not finna go to his school, bro. He used to rap. That's Playboy. Like he had this. So they can't see that, and that's because sometimes people they still stuck.
See you.
They still stuck.
Yeah.
In a certain phase, and they can't see nobody else for who they are and how they evolve. And I think and then it's also like people be counting pockets. I'm gonna be real, bro. Like people like, look, tuition costs $10,000. If I come, y'all got 10. That's $100. I ain't finna put this money. I ain't put this money in y'all pockets.
That's crazy.
So they like, I go spend with somebody else. I'm not putting this money in y'all pockets. So I'm like, damn. So you willing to embrace but because here's what it is though. You gotta understand your success. So for your contemporaries and people that's been with you, your success is a mirror. Mm-hmm. Your work ethic, your success is a mirror to what I'm not and what I haven't done. So when people feel like I started this race with you, we was neck and neck.
Yeah.
For me to acknowledge what you got going on is also me acknowledging that you are no longer where I'm at.
Wow.
And I've had the same opportunity to be where you are. So I much rather like I'm not gonna give you cause then that makes me feel less than to acknowledge what you are.
And it ain't even really like that.
Ain't got nothing to do with none of that, bro. Because life is seasonal. I tell people like you can't judge somebody's reaping season when you in your sowing season. Like life is seasonal. So I might be, you might be. It's time for you to be on the front and center, but I'm in the gym right now. So if I'm judging me, waste away, you know what I'm saying? Like,
and some people, just to be honest with you, and it's the rap community, it's anything you're in. Some people just work harder.
Hey, bro, Some people work harder, and I'm gonna tell you, I don't care what nobody say. God is undefeated. Okay, and
undefeated.
God is undefeated. So if you put in, you will get out. All right. I got a song on my album. It's called Girl Dad Mannerism. So it's about my son and my daughter, my 3 boys. So the Girl Dad. So it started out with kind of slow, talking about my daughter, and then it kind of like bounced up, and it's called Mannerisms. But it's about my boys and our manner, how they share my mannerisms. But I got one line on there that say, you can't read when it's hot. You can't read when it's hot unless you plan when it's cold. And that's just like what I try to teach them. Like, you not gonna read now. Whatever, if you don't plant when it's cold, you're not gonna read when it's warm. And and it doesn't matter how you feel about it. Your emotions don't matter. Your frustration ain't gonna matter. You can vent. You can do whatever. You can throw a temper tantrum. When you done, you still gonna be where you are. So take the emotions out of it, because this ain't an emotional thing. This is energetic, bro. This is how it works.
Yep.
So whatever you plant is gonna grow. I'm talking about negativity, hatred, all of that. Yep. Whatever you plant, whatever you invest your time and your energy in, it's gonna grow. And it ain't no way around it. So like when you say a lot of people don't work, you can't get nothing from nothing. Yep. You can't get something from nothing. Like if you don't put nothing in it, you can't get nothing. And it's frustrating, bro, because I got family, bro. I got people I love, and I wanna help. But when I give them the solution, I'm like, so what I need to do? You need to get to work. They're like, no, I need something else. Like, that's all I can do.
Because it's like when you get it, it's like they think, like you just saying, you can just put them there.
No. You can get to work. And people, bro, look, so I've had people that like, man, how can I do what you doing right now? I say, all right, this is what you got to do. I'm going to give you the steps. First thing you need to do is to put out some music from nothing. Learn how to take your computer apart, put it together, put about 6, 7, 8 projects out. Then go to school for about 3 years. I took 18 hours of classes. I had 3 kids and I had a job. Took 18 hours of class all at the same time. Got done with that. Had a 3.9 GPA when I finished. I worked a job. Moved up. Started 2 businesses that failed, and then spent 5 years building Pivot. It took me 3 years to be profitable. You do all of that. If you wouldn't do all of that, you can be where I'm at. If you not, I ain't got no help for you. Like this ain't no quick fix thing. Like it's
for nobody.
Like there's no instantaneous. There is no like for you like what you building it like. You can't jump in the game and be what somebody else is at. Your trajectory is your trajectory. It's totally different than anybody else's. What you can do, what you can get out of it is all based on what you put in it, bro. And I just think if people get rid of that, they just solve half the riddle, bro. It's like, man, stop comparing yourself to what somebody else is doing to get to work.
Hey, look.
The goal is to go.
This is the thing, and I want you to end it out in a second. But this is the thing. Stay tunnel vision.
Yeah.
Don't get distracted on nothing when you're doing what you know what you're doing is right.
Yeah.
And just stay tunnel vision. But this is what I want you to do, man. I want you to with you coming from here to there and working here to there, I just want you to talk to the people how to, stay consistent and be successful and tap us out.
Alright, so listen, I'm big on routines, and I tell anybody this, like when I wake up, I don't start my day, I don't do nothing until I take about 30 minutes to myself and I really like meditate and set the tone, bro, and I get into this little vibe. I go to the gym, I spend an hour in the gym, I work on my mind, I work on my body, I start my day off with something positive, bro. I do not start my day off with Instagram, none of that. I start my day off, I set the intention for the day, because it's so easy once I introduce everything else to get pulled out from one place to the next place. So I start the day off with my boundaries off the rip. And then it's really after that, it's just about like falling in love with it, right? Yeah. So I'm falling in love with like, we go to work, we start this thing out, we got good. I got 3 good days, 2 bad days, 3 good days, 1 bad day. So it's almost like it's a game to an extent, right? Like once you take the seriousness out, once you take the urgency out, and you just allow people, they say what you chase runs away, right? So I don't chase anything no more. I just do the same things. I've learned the power of consistency. You know what I mean? Like if I got a headache, if I don't feel good, like my motivation and what I do is not based on like motivation at all. Like I have committed to doing certain things, and that the more you do it, it just becomes second nature who you are. So you gotta, number one, don't set no goal if it ain't something you really want. I always say the first thing you need to do is like take everything off your plate, and be honest with it. Like if this something, is this for you, or is this for the gram? Is this for the shine? Because if it's for the gram or for the shine, you're not gonna hold up. If it's for you, if it's something you love, if you being Ricky, if you really being yourself, And if 10 people look at it, then you still love it, and you good with it, bro. When I put this project out, man, if 20 people listen to it, bro. I've had a good time with it, bro. Yeah. I enjoy it. Yeah. I've had a really good time, and it's my way. It's like an outlet for me, and it's a passion of mine. And I'm at a stage in my life where I'm committed to enjoying every day. You know what I'm saying? One thing that's been apparent since COVID in these last 4 years is that, man, we don't know. We don't know the day, the time.
We don't know what it's gonna bring.
We don't know what's coming up. We don't know what's gonna happen. And so many people are uneasy when they need to just relax and live. Like, relax, live, embrace, enjoy. You know what I'm saying? That's just what season I'm in right now. So, like, you know, this week coming up, bro, I don't know what's coming up. It don't even really matter because I'm going to get through it and then it's going to keep building. And that's just how I, like, approach every day with that mindset. But it all starts with, like, getting mentally, you got to get mentally happy. Yep. And what that means is that you got to accept what is for what it is. Like, you really got to accept what it is, bro. I had to look in the mirror and be like, hey, where I'm at is where I'm at. What I got is what I got. What it is, you know what I'm saying? And then once you accept that and you no longer compare what you got to somebody else, bro, you able to just you know what I'm saying? Like, just to day-to-day this thing, bro. And so that's what Switch the Algorithm is all about. You know, I talked about, I got a song called Since COVID. I got one called Too Many Followers. I got one called The Goal Is a Goal. I got one called 50-50. And I'm like, you know, 50-50, one of my favorite tracks. I'm like, bro, you know, who paying a bill? Like, man. Yeah. All right, hold on. Let me say this. All right, so look, here's the thing about it, bro. Do you realize we got people arguing about relationships? Mm-hmm. People want, like, men to pay, like, for a lifestyle, pay all the bills and take me on trips. First of all, you need about $250,000 to do that now.
Yeah, facts.
So if you're gonna find you a black man, number one, because you're a young lady, you probably want a black dude. Most definitely. You want somebody that can take care of all of this stuff. And you want somebody that's nice looking, man, you probably down to 1% of people. You talking about 1% of men that are in a position to do what everybody wants to happen. So that's look at the imbalance that it created. Yeah. What we really should be doing is trying to really come together, build together as a community, in relationships, all that. Yeah. Marriages, whatever you got. If it ain't about building together, it's not gonna work. So that whole place is like, we've lost that shit, bro. We've lost, like, building together, man.
That make them lost in the sauce.
Listen, bro. So I talk about that on 50-50. I got a song called Designer Habits, you know what I'm saying? And it's talking about, like, bro, how much everybody ran, bro. I can't do it for 2 years, bro, to go to Green Hills and Louis, Gucci. There was a line down the street trying to get in there. Nowadays, you go in there, you can't. It's a ghost town because we done ran all this. We done spent all our money. We done ran all this debt up trying to look and live a certain way, bro, to impress people that don't really care. People that don't care at all.
They be looking to celebrities. They always talking about the celebrities got it on. They get it for free.
They get it for free.
They get it.
And half the time, like, you don't even know what they. I mean, like, so if you like it, the whole point is, like, man, fine, do you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, really do you, bro. And that's what Switch the Algorithm is about, bro. So we putting positivity, good energy, good vibrations, good frequency in the air. You know what I'm saying? And it's dope. It'll still be dope at the same time. So, like, you ain't got a code switch. You ain't got to be no square. No. You can but you still can put out something good in, you know what I'm saying, into the environment. Coach Q.
All I just got from Coach Q is this, and we're going to end on this. Find your space and find your lane and just go.
That's it, bro.
If you're alive, subscribe.
Come on, let's get it, baby. Appreciate you, my boy. All right.
Oh, let that show keep going. I'm going to miss some stuff. Just let it keep going, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to miss a couple things.
Yes, sir.
Just let it keep going, you know what I mean? Just it's a real, you know what I'm saying? I miss a couple things, but it's going to pan, because I was coming back, it's going to pan out.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. No, that was it.
That was it, man.
Yeah.
Let me take some, let me get some beer. Let me get some.
Yeah, we got to get a picture too.